Happy birthday, Libra. Sunday, October 6th, the day of the good life. You are optimistic. I think I had it on mute. Let's start over. Happy birthday, Libra. Sunday, October the 6th, the day of the good life. The lovers. You can't always have your cake and eat it too. You are optimistic, adventurous, vivacious, self-absorbed, and a sensationalist. The meditation. In order to taste fully the joys of life, one must have suffered as well. In order to taste fully the joys of life, one must have suffered as well. The advice. You have to recognize and come to know your dark side also. Do not be afraid to grieve. Endless optimism can be a downer and a downright depression. Don't overlook the minutiae of daily existence. They are important too. Health. Those born on October the 6th must beware of all forms of excess. Although having fun can have a positive effect on their psyche, they tend to go overboard in binging and generally neglecting their physical health. And being attracted to thrills and danger, they must be like the moth and the candle. Also, because of their carefree attitude, they can lack the inner reserves to meet tragedy when it arises in their lives, or to give much needed compassion and sympathy to others at a deep level. Numerology. Those born on the 6th day of the month are ruled by the number 6 and by the planet Venus. Often romantic love becomes the dominant theme in the lives of those ruled by the number 6. Doubtably, underlined for October 6 people by Venus rulership of their sign, Libra. Because those ruled by the number 6 are magnetic in attracting both sympathy and admiration. And since Venus, ruler of Libra, is strongly connected with social interactions, it would often be a struggle for October 6 people to discipline themselves and get the privacy and seclusion which they need. The archetype. The sixth card of the major arcana is the lovers, symbolizing the love for that unites all of humanity through integration of masculine and feminine polarities. On the good side, this card indicates affections and desires on a high moral, aesthetic, and physical plane. On the bad side, it suggests a propensity for unfulfilled desires, sentimentality, and indecisiveness. Happy birthday, Libra, born on October 6th. You are a natural diplomat, skilled at maintaining harmony and balance in all aspects of your life. Your charming and sociable nature makes you a natural born leader, and you often find yourself in positions of authority or influence. TheSunSigns.org October 6th birthday horoscope predicts that you are a Libra who is a dutiful partner. Typically idealistic, you are a person who loves to have fun, but sometimes you give the wrong impression about yourself. You have to learn to respect other people's feelings. So, some people think that you are uncaring, but this is so far from the truth. You are just moody, and when this happens, you stay to yourself. Plus, you are a cautious individual who could benefit from spiritual guidance. The October 6th birthday personality doesn't like routines. You find day to day practices boring. This is not to say that you like drama or conflicts, but rather that you are creative. Happy birthday, Libra, born on October 6th. You're intuitive, determined, idealistic, creative, disciplined, naive, and a leader. Libra, the scales. Librarians, as a norm, like beautiful surroundings. You need to devote your time to doing things that matter and make a difference. You look for security in what can give you the most pleasure in life. The October 6th horoscope predicts that it's not easy for you to make a friend, but when you do, it's generally a lasting relationship. You don't have a lot of people who can call friends, but those you do have find you to be an unquestionably warm person. You seem to take care of those around you as they are your own family. It's nothing for you to go out of your way for someone who you care for. This is a part of your appeal. Romance is prominent in your life. October the 6th, astrology analyst. As far as love goes, you can be capricious. As a Libra born today, you tend to flirt. This is only an innocent act if you are committed to someone. You don't have any intentions of committing acts of infidelity, but sometimes you may feel as if you have no other choice. You would typically like a large family if you could financially afford to do so. Also, you love having people around. The October 6th zodiac shows that you don't like doing normal manual labor, but you are instrumental when it comes to handling details or paperwork. The better choice for this Libra birthday is a career that requires them to be hands on, like a jeweler or an artist. As an alternative, you are for justice, so you make an excellent trial lawyer or therapist. The career you choose as a person born on October 6th will likely be a hard decision. Because of your many talents and capabilities, you would do well in professions that allow you to be free and social and to use your teaching skills. Additionally, could be your own boss. You have the discipline to do it, whereas others born under the same zodiac sign may not have those qualities. Let's talk about your negative personality traits. Classically, you are understanding people in their ways and putting up with their attitude. This is good, but when you are left disappointed, it's not so good. The October 6th zodiac birthday person must realize that everyone is not your friend. Some people will take advantage of you and your kind spirit. With that being said, you like taking the risk. To prevent boredom, you should get out more and do things that would not ordinarily do. You tend to become complacent with your way of life if you don't take a risk now and again. Other times you can be controlling and incredibly hard to please. As a Libra born on October 6th, you need a certain level of security in your life financially, emotionally, and physically. You have a spiritual nature, and you are likely to let your instincts guide you in decision making. As a negative, you can be blinded by people's deceiving ways. Remember that not everyone who smiles on your face wants the best for you. Happy birthday, October 6th, Libra. You may be a moody Librian, but you are a spiritual person. You typically do not keep schedules or time. Naturally, you love nature and beauty, but drama turns you off. Those of you born today like working with your hands. Famous people and celebrities born on October 6th. Let's see. I know none of them. I can pronounce George Westinghouse. Happy birthday above and below. This day that year, October 6th in history. 1863, Brooklyn gets its first public bathroom. In 1882, Chicago is defeated by Cincinnati in the first World Series 4-0. In 1991, Larry Fortensky weds Elizabeth Taylor. It is Elizabeth's eighth wedding. In 1995, at the age of 35, drummer Walter Crash Morgan dies. Your October 6th verdict moon sign is Tula Rashi. We're not going to that, but if you wish to read on it, join me on sunsigns.org. However, I will be going to the Chinese zodiac sign of the dog. The Chinese zodiac dog are, as a rule, old souls. They are calm and quiet souls, filled with a quiet remorselessness, but holders of high ideas and a dedication to see them come to fruition. They are without selfishness, always holding to their ideals above all else. The Chinese dog signs are drawn to justice and bring it about in all things in which they are a part of. They will stand with the wronged, the downtrodden, and the weak. They will always fight to make sure that what is fair is brought to them. Nothing is more important to the dog than human dignity. They will do everything they can to ensure it remains without infringement. Those born in the year of the dog are deeply service oriented. They turn their work towards the well being of their fellow man. Their desire above all is to make the world a better place for those people who live in it. They also work towards growth and change with an easy and steady hand. The Chinese dog zodiac sign is tied to their ideals and goals. Their main service is the very framework of who they are. Nothing will stand between them and removing injustice. They are active in social circles and pursue justice through whatever channels are available. They can be expected to stand with those who are weak, the best ally the underdog can ask for. The dog characteristics also include honesty and integrity. even if it stands in the way of more practical concerns. They will not cut corners with their conscience, nor willingly go against the established legal structure. They are also firmly rooted in full disclosure, speaking the truth with utter sincerity and utterly reliable no matter the circumstances. And due to these dog traits, they have a well developed sense of personal control and an almost unbreakable concentration. They are easily satisfied with the simple things in life, never aspiring to wealth and ostentatious surroundings. They are also indefatigable in pursuit of their goals and ambitions, utterly tireless on their trek. Like so many zodiac signs, the Chinese dog's weaknesses are related to those things that are their strengths. They have high ideals but are prone to sacrificing too much in their pursuit, especially if the result will better mankind. Their strong moral character can make them inflexible, unable to bend from their moral right, even when it's serving as a major detriment to their existence. The Chinese dog zodiac powers of concentration and self control result in them having a somewhat underdeveloped imagination, as imagination is the province of the unfluttered mind. They are not precisely frugal with their money, but have little regard for those who live in thick luxury. For all their deep ties to people and sensitivity, they are also very emotional, dependent, and vulnerable. They also have a problem dealing with decision making. They are also unfortunately predisposed to being critics. Dogs bark a lot and make no habit of hiding their opinions or sweetening them. The Chinese dog is dedicated and conscientious worker, always aware of what will best benefit his fellow workers and the company as a whole. They are interestingly big picture, considering the long term results of their work and their interactions with everyone involved. It isn't unlikely to see them in politics or any other position where they will be working for the greater good of as many people as possible. Charity work, working as a doctor, and even the priesthood will serve that deeper need of dog to be in service to improving the lives of others. The Chinese dog personality is actively interested in the betterment of their people and mankind at large. As such, you can expect that they will do everything they can to keep the people comfortable, happy, and benefiting from the work they do. Dogs thrive in this position. All the details of being in charge suiting their personality and disposition greatly. They will show an aptitude for analyzing their team and dealing with the concrete day to day task of management. Their interest in the benefit and growth of their team will prevent them from regarding wealth and its acquisition. As a co worker, the dog zodiac is extremely dedicated, knowing that any failure in them will infringe on the ability of the whole team to succeed. That is, and always will be, the dog's first concern. The pack must succeed for his purpose and the team to be fulfilled. A young dog, man or woman, does have the problem of being a bit of a puppy, happy and exuberant, but not stable. The mature dog, male or female, on the other hand, will serve as a co-worker nicely and lead all involved with him towards that always important success. Know you can rely on them in the tightest of situations, for their success is pointless to them if they don't take anyone with them. The Chinese zodiac sign, dog, is unlikely to develop wealth or security in their younger years, being decidedly prone towards financial success in their middle years and end of life. When it comes down to it, the dog is not going to be financially viable or even concerned a little bit with his wealth and success. As such, money does not drive the dog. They prefer to use it to benefit others long before they do anything with it to benefit themselves. This makes saving money difficult, though the dog will generally keep enough for their stability. The Chinese dog horoscope sign can be quite uncertain in dating. They recognize their own tendencies and to sentimentality, and as such don't trust their feelings on the subject very often. Their strong ideals also come into play, as those who pair with dog must meet his almost impossibly high standards. The dog lovers will not propose marriage lightly, but when they do, be prepared for someone who is irrevocably bound to you. Another one turned their loyalty, and marriage is very much forever to them. Some of this is a sense of faithfulness, and some of it is a strong aversion to change of any kind. Either way, you're stuck with them. The Chinese dog zodiac is a bit of a Persian and perhaps a little prudish. This being the case, they are slow to embrace and practice the art of passion. Like all things, dog settles in slowly, but once they reach a point of openness and comfort with their partner, the deep waters of their love will unfold. Dog isn't much into trying new things, but with gentle coaxing can be led where you wish them to go. Most important to dog, far above physical relationships, is intimacy and devotion, tenderness and love. Everything else springs from there. The years of the dog. February 14, 1934 to February 3rd, 1935. February 2nd, 1946 to January 21st, 1947. February 18, 1958 to February 7, 1959. January 25th, 1982 to February 12th, 1983. February 6, 1970 to January 26, 1971. February 10th, 1994 to January 20th, 1995. January 29, 2006 to February 17, 2007. February 16, 2018 to February 4th, 2019. February 3rd, 2030 to January 22nd, 2031. Walk away, for my spirits walk with us. Walk away, for spirits walk with us. No, for spirits walk with us. Your ruling planet is Venus, which symbolizes the different pleasures in your life, be it relationships or those that money can buy. The scales are the symbol for the Libra zodiac sign. Your birthday tarot card is the Lovers. This card represents relationships, love, temptation, risk, and sex. spirits walk with us. The opening card for today is the Two of Wands. Keywords: ambition, initiative, outlook, surveying, overview, kindling, direction. A brave scholar perches upon a cliff overlooking a valley. In one hand he holds a staff, while behind him another is planted in reserve. Suggestion that he has an alternative plan. Both sticks are aflame, representing his creative will. The scholar stares attentively into what lies ahead. He is cognizant that the world before him is full of potential and ready to be shaped by his vision. His posture is heroic, demonstrating his fearlessness. The dragon hanging below him is his spirit guide. It also gazes forward, indicating that he will have good fortune on his venture. Above his right hand, engulfed in the flame of his will, is the Taji, spear, signifying that there are two paths that the man could take. The courage to be oneself, moving towards self actualization, act with self belief, lost touch with oneself. That is the energy I'm currently in. Excuse me. There's another card that pulled. For spirits walk with us. For spirits walk with us. For spirits walk with us. Prometida fighting cry, simpan pramilena, kusutro mitena, e tendré la tamaya, tuturi masina, krafeni sindriya, for spirits walk with us. The Seven of Cups. Keywords: anxiety, panic, regret, socialize, integrate, focus, clearing, choices. Whenever we become disquieted, Our fears and anxiety conjure up a array of images in our mind. The more we focus on these thoughts, the more real they become. These illusions of the imagination should be yours to conjure and wholly under your direction. You should not allow them to rule you. As the dreamer, only you can determine the significance and import of your dreams. Only you can decide if a thing has positive or negative connotations for your life. When you see this card emerge, it means that you have choices to be made. Stop retreating into your comfort zone. Go out into the world. Make the most of each day and enjoy the small pleasures of life. The Seven of Cups. So many choices, so little time. The Seven of Cups represents a world of indulgence, where all of our fantasies can come true and our desires can be met. At its extreme, the card reflects a culture of all night parties, of living today as if there were no consequences for to face tomorrow, of extravagance and satisfaction of all our desires. However, the appearance of this card usually highlights a general feeling of boredom in our lives and our desire to lose structure and rules, which we think are causing dissatisfaction. The problem with escaping from life's seemingly daringness or tediums comes when the pendulum swings too far the other way. We can potentially indulge our fantasies or follow our desires to such an extent that they become our reality. Or we may enjoy our disorganized state to the point that our world becomes confused and we forget what we once valued and what is important and needs prioritizing in our lives. Prediction. More fun coming. Guidance. Balance structure with fun. Problem. Lost structure. Back to the lovers. The lovers. Keywords: duality, choice, sensuality, vice and virtue, risk, attraction, allure, compelling, possibilities, trust, harmony, and partnership. The Lover's card appears in a reading when there is an impending life changing choice. The woman on either side of the magician represents the choice between vice and virtue. It is the point at which the path we are on reaches a divergence. It can describe the need to choose between security and risk, what is safe and comfortable, and what is uncertain but potentially gratifying. Choosing between these options should not be done on a whim, because once the new course is set in motion, there is no turning back. It may mean missing out on an opportunity to maintain a reliable connection, or it can mean abandoning an old association to embracing something completely different. The chimes hanging above the woman represent the whisperings of divinity in the wind. When the lover's card shows up for you, it could be very well due to you or someone else trying to have their cake and eat it too. Depending on the circumstances, there may be some comfort in ambiguity. However, such agreements generally require complete honesty and a masterful understanding of the dynamics involved for it to last long term. Guile, duplicity, or self deceit typically leads to a volatile scenario. The lovers. You can't always have your cake and eat it too. Falling in love is something often thought to be something outside of our control. We all have heard of tales of seduction by love potions, the launch of Cupid's arrow, or of being bewitched by magic spells. The lover's card does refer to these aspects of love and romance, yet it has an additional story to tell. Traditionally, this card shows a man making a choice between two women, and its message is that, like love, most things in life come down to a matter of choice. If we are in a relationship with someone, it is because we choose to be with them and we are choosing to stay with them. Also, whether we find ourselves fighting, loving, or being distant from others is down to our choosing. This can also represent the relationship we have with ourselves. As if we are kind or caring towards ourselves, we are likely to act this way towards others. When faced with decisions in any part of our lives, we are not being asked to make perfect choices. Life may or may not provide us with a wonderful soulmate or career which will make all our dreams come true. We may just be given someone who is good enough but who will love us and teach us to love ourselves. Or a job may come our way, which is not quite what we hope for, but which will offer us a valuable learning experience. Thus, the lover's card asks us to be as conscious as we can about the decisions we make in our life and relationships and be open to new possibilities, which maybe, we hadn't originally planned for. The prediction of this card, approaching crossroads. The appearance of the lover suggests you will find yourself at a crossroad. At this time, you will need to make some important choices which can take you in a very different positive direction, particularly if your relationship with yourself and or others. You will need to listen to both your heart and your head and work out what's right for you and those around you. Make sure that you make these decisions with as much love as you can. If it turns out that it isn't right to make any changes at this time, then you should make that an active decision rather than just letting things carry on as they are. Making this process a conscious one will be a very important contributor to your future happiness and to your feelings of empowerment in your life. The guidance. Make decisive plans. The Lover's card advises you to approach any important choices in your life with love and care, particularly in your relationships with yourself and or others. You need to listen to both your heart and your head and work out what's right for you for those around you. If you feel that situations in your life has become stuck in some way, you will need to contemplate on how to make improvements. Is there anything you can do to change your relationships? Do you need to move on and find different associates, friends, or even a new partner? Do you need to work on the relationships with yourself? Are there other areas of life which need reassessing? If it isn't right to make changes at this time, make that an active decision rather than just letting things carry on as they are. It is important to make this process a conscious one, as this will be a very important contributor to your future happiness and to the feelings of empowerment in your life. The problem. Decisions made. The appearance of the lover suggests you may have needed to make some important decisions, whether you are aware of it or not. You have, on some level, made choices which affect the way things are now, particularly in your relationships with yourself and or others. Looking at these choices will clearly help you to develop more understanding of your present situation and any problems you are facing today. Perhaps your decisions were made with a lack of love and care, or perhaps you avoided making a choice at all. Either situation will need remedying in order for you to move forward in a more positive and conscious way. The associated colors are pink and red for passion and love, for the meditation for the lovers upright. For this tarot meditation on the lover's tarot card, lay out the cloth and place the card on it. And with the candle at the top, the card in the center closest to you upright. Focus on the card and let your mind drift, thinking about feelings of passion, excitement, love, and the drive that comes from being truly entranced with someone or something. As you drift into this place, you will find yourself in a Victorian hedge maze. Rather than hedges, the walls are covered with beautiful, well-tended roses, and the uncannily fresh air is rich with their fragrance. Quiet music fills the air, and the secret laughter of lovers having a clandestine meaning occasionally drifts through as you begin to wander the hedge. Coming around the corner, you will see a sculpture standing in front of a piece of marble, slowly pulling the shape out of it as if he works fervently. His face is a mask of fascination and joy, and he occasionally will stop to admire his work, take another view, and dive back into it. As you come in round another bend, you pass by an archway that draws your eye. Through it, you see a large fountain, its center on a satyr chasing a maiden, who is forever spilling her vase of water into the fountain, trying to escape. Surrounding the garden are multiple small nooks. In each are couples or groups of people all engaged in the acts of love. All of them are lost in each other in absolute bliss. As you travel on, you hear the telltale rapid fire tapping of a keyboard and come around the corner to find another author spilling her heart out onto the virtual page. The occasional laughter or mutter as they think out the next scene shows they are lost in their world. Another woman comes by and sets a mug of tea on the desk next to them. The writer pauses, leans up, kisses her partner affectionately, and returns her to work. Although throughout all, the air of passion is obvious. Each is deeply ingrained with joy and excitement in everything they touch. Their works enhance their world, bringing them joy and meaning. As you walk through the garden, note these details and those that catch your eye most clearly. Is there something in your life right now bringing you great joy and passion? Are you following your bliss and finding your purpose? If not, perhaps there is a message here for you to pursue in this tarot meditation of the Lover's card. The associated colors are jewel, emerald green for obsession. For the meditation for the lovers in reverse. The Lover's card has a dark side, a mirror that shows what happens when love and passion becomes an obsession. This tarot meditation will take us down that path. There will be no Victorian garden on this trip. Settle your card in front of you inverted on the cloth with the candle at the top of the cloth. Surround it with those things that you see as your vices or that represents vice to you, whether it be a lover's cologne, a collection of coins, your work badge, or your favorite current chemical vice. Please don't bring past bad influences into this meditation. As you settle into it, feel the coin presence, that distinct discomfort you experience when you are around the truly obsessed. There is a weight to the air, a sickness, and for this meditation, that is where we are going to go. Let the tarot meaning of the card pull you in. You may find yourself at the edge of a heavy thicket, and at its edge is a pair of heavy cellular doors and the foundation of a long collapsed and ruined house. Swing open the doors and see the coy darkness within, barely lit by flickering firelight. The thick, heavy smell of incense, unclean bodies, and worse comes slithering out of the gate. Take your step within the traveler and hold close. Beneath you, find a damp hallway made of old crumbling brickwood. It twists and turns around on itself to the point you lose track of where the exit is. Roots and worms slither between the bricks, slipping their way through long rotted mortar. Everything here reeks of sickness. You come to an alcove, and within you find a sunken, sallow-eyed man curled over in front of his computer, one hand seeking to pleasure himself, the screen covered in the worst images. He is consumed and surrounded by tissues and filth. There is no joy here, just an unending pit of need. He is lost to real love and connection. There is only the need. You travel on, and the thick chemical smell fills the air. The next alcove has a group of people, all passing about a glass pipe. Their eyes are sunken, their flesh thin, their bones and ribs visible. They smoke, they pass, and even the food around them stays uneaten. A crib sits in the corner, strangely silent before you. See more, you walk on. The next room contains two couples, a woman holding her arms close to herself, her eyes fearful as she whispers into the phone. It's okay. It's okay. It's my fault. I know what he's like when he gets mad. I know he loves me. The man standing next to her looks contemptuous and violent, glaring preposterously down at his subdued plaything. Not lover, just a thing he keeps around. But those who know how to look, the fear in his eyes almost mirrors hers. But as a form of control, what is she if she is lost? He cannot see what he does to her. All he cares about is that she listens and is kept. You will come around one last corner, and standing in the alcove is something that pulls you, something that terrifies you, your obsession, your vice, your weakness that lies within. As it starts to pull you in, you spot streams of fresh, healthy light at the end of the tunnels and tear yourself away, running for the light of fresh air, for freedom. As you rip open the gate and leave, you hear the words, "You'll be back." They always come back, echo behind you. Come out of this tarot meditation of the Lover's card reversed. Know that this need not be. You can be free of your old devices, your old vices. It just takes awareness and learning the necessary steps. This is love in the wrong sense. Take yourself out. Take a few deep breaths. And then write what you experienced and what lessons you took with you in your journal. Then take care of yourself. This trip wasn't a pleasant one. The Lovers signifies decisions and relationships, the temptation of the heart, or a choice of personal partners. A selection will need to be made that should not be taken lightly. You need to determine what is truly important to you and hold to your beliefs. Your next card comes from the Minor Arcana, the Three of Swords and the Queen of Swords. The Three of Swords. Words loss, turbulence, grief, mourning, cold, callous, heartache. This card appears in times of distress when you are imploring the heavens to deliver you from a melancholy or heartbreak. Our ability to meditate, inquire, and discern should be our rational guide. However, if our intellectual capacity is imbalanced with the inability to integrate love, then we are prone to becoming lost in a world of conjecture, phobias, and paranoia. Unfortunately, we often do not realize the extent to which excessive critical thinking can limit our ability to emphasize, feel gratitude, or intuit. The three of blades in a reading signifies loss, grief, and mourning. The three of swords. Every rose has a thorn. This card represents the loneliness and heartbreak we face in life. In fact, the card often depicts a bleeding heart pierced by three swords. Heartbreak can affect every area of our life. We may end up not willing to risk ourselves or venture into relationships without our defenses or a feeling that we are in control. Experiences of heartbreak can be a replay of an earlier betrayal, for instance, by our parents, a lover, or close friend. These can leave us with an open wound, making us vulnerable to further betrayal. Our experience or of heartbreak as adults can then feel more painful as a result, and we may feel will never recover. There are, however, many powerful lessons which can be learned at these times. For instance, we may develop deeper compassion for ourselves and others, and a greater strength and tenacity to deal with the difficulties in life, as well as the times when things are going smoothly. Approaching our current pain in a positive way can also provide an opportunity for us to revisit and heal from those hurtful experiences in our past. The Three of Swords prediction: growth coming from healing wounds. The guidance: venture out more with less defensiveness. The problem: experience heartbreak or betrayal. The Three of Swords. It's never easy to hear at the moment. Grief and heartache can be defining and character building. This suffering your experience is meant to make you stronger. Rather than focusing on the past, focus on what's ahead. Dust yourself off and keep on going. The Queen of Swords. Keywords is cutting, cold, sarcastic, sharp, distant, professional, haughty, determined, career, and advisor. Regal yet austere, the Queen of Blades sits on her throne on top of a mountain. She is immature and tactical in her approach, but very capable of rendering her judgment with mercy. The Queen of Blades values independence. The ego above her indicates that she will fiercely protect what is hers. The Queen of Blades has the gift of eloquence and is keenly aware of her ability to transform or influence circumstances through the power of her words and analytical reasoning. The Queen of Swords is telling you to make judgments without emotions. Take inventory of all the facts before making a decision and come to an intellectual conclusion. You want to be compassionate, but you have to think with your head rather than with your heart right now. Be independent. Don't lean too heavily on anyone. The Queen of Swords, saying it how it is. Few of us have the courage and integrity to stand up for what we truly believe in. The Queen of Swords, however, is such a person. She has the bravery to say how she feels and to call attention to injustice she sees. The Queen of Swords is the woman of the world. She has seen every trick in the book, so it is not easy to pull the wool over her eyes. She is the people's champion and a powerful force to good in the world. Choosing this card can be a call to us to look at where deceptions or injustices are occurring around us, or even within our own psyches, and find them with all our strength. The prediction: greater courage and integrity. The guidance: right and wrong. The problem: lack of integrity. Your birthday zodiac compatibility. You are most compatible with people born under the zodiac sign of Gemini. This relationship would be wonderful. You are not compatible with people under the zodiac sign of Virgo. A relationship that would be hard going. Your lucky numbers are 6 and 7. 6 is a number that stands for teaching, order, peace, sacrifice, and unconditional love. 7 is the number that symbolizes spirituality, persistence, philosophy, and analytical thinking. Your lucky colors are blue and pink. Blue is the color that represents trust, responsibility, communication, and self awareness. Pink is the color that stands for nurturing, sensitivity, affection, and intuition. Your lucky day is Friday. Friday is the day ruled by Venus. It stands for attraction, relationships, pleasure, and composure. Your birthstone, opal. Opal gemstone is symbolic of positive love energies and spiritual awakening. The ideal zodiac birthday gifts for people born on October 8th. Happy birthday, Libra. A CD of trance music for the Libran man and a classy, well cut suit dress for the Libra woman. The October 6th birthday personality loves elegance in all forms. And that has been today's happy birthday, Libra. Personality, meaning, and meditation of the Lover's card. Can't always have your cake and eat it too, Libra. And that has been your reading for today, the day of the good life. Enjoy your day.